Hello guys, I am so excited to hop on tonight. I hope that you can hear me. I'm gonna try go live on Instagram as well as on Facebook. So if you are hopping on, say hello, whether it's on live or on replay. If you have an oil with you, grab one. I'm gonna grab my Valor and just take a few rolls in my hand and do what's called some tenting. So this is a super simple way to get oils into your body and just really kind of help ground you. So taking a drop in your hand, rubbing them together, and just taking 3 big deep breaths. And you can place the rest of the oil wherever feels good to you. Tenting, which is what I just did, inhaling the oil, is just one of the ways that we can use essential oils in our home. So if we have not met, hello, my name is Rachel. I've got some notes. I'm going to do a basically just introduction of what Young Living is, what this lifestyle is, how you can fit these products into your home, and how they can just support you overall. So Young Living is a lifestyle company. I started using essential oils and Young Living products almost 6 years ago now. And my reason for starting was I had a lot of hair loss, I had a lot of acne, and I just honestly didn't know where to go. Like, I tried everything. I tried all the creams and dermatologists and pills and basically everything that you could possibly think of. And it wasn't until I was like kind of at the end and I had tried absolutely everything and I got offered an option that didn't really align with me and what I wanted for, to do. I was like, I'm just going to try these oils. So I didn't have high hopes. I just was like, yep, I'm going to try them. And once I started digging in, I was so amazed at what they can do for us. So I started to look into the science behind it and, started to make my own things to support my body. And I just started to feel a shift. And once I started learning more about the company and the people, it was just something that I just held on to. So it's been 6 years now. We use as natural and as plant-based as we can as our first option in our home. And they're just really good tools to go with whatever else you want. So let's say you've got a headache and neck tension. It's good to try an oil or, natural product or supplement first, and then something else or with something, right? Whatever you want to do. It's okay to use, other things in your life, but these are just extra tools in your toolbox. So Young Living is a lifestyle company. These are essential oils and products that we use every single day throughout our day. It enhances our wellness, enhances our lives, and just makes a big impact on our health. So there are things that we can see imminently change, like me breathing in that oil. I can feel that right away. I can feel that deeply, and it just grounds me and calms me. Or it can be things, for our future, like we're wanting to get rid of chemicals in the home and just, create better habits for our body and our health long term. So let's jump into it. What are essential oils? So essential oils are not new. They are thousands and thousands and thousands of years old. There are many different cultures that used oils, like ancient Egyptians, Romans, Native Americans. There was actually embalming done in Egypt. They used it for incense, beauty, emotional support, and embalming. They used essential oils. Like, these aren't new tools. They're just things that, are maybe kind of, we're getting back to our roots, right? We're getting back to the things that people did thousands of years ago. So frankincense, for example, is mentioned over 188 times in the Bible. It's one of the most sought after oils throughout history. It's got many historical links to like meditation and prayer and just grounding and just that kind of emotional support. But it also has really great skin properties and really great healing properties. So it's one that I put a little bit of jojoba carrier oil in here, and I like to rub it on my face, and it just helps support my skin overall. So oils are really special in that they are homeostatic, meaning they're going to work wherever they're needed in your body. So if you're putting, let's say, an oil in the palms of your hand and breathing, it's going to work on your whole body where it's needed. That's just the special gift of oils. So frankincense is one that I would never go without. It's just such a great support for grounding and emotional support. Another oil I want to mention is Thieves. So if you have ever heard of Young Living, you've probably heard of Thieves. This blend was made, or not made, but kind of fashioned after a 15th century France tale. So the story has many kind of embellishments and variants, but basically it was a story of when there was grave robbers happening and the plague was going on, and there was these people that were robbing, you know, the the graves and the people that were dead, and taking their jewels and things, and they were captured and they were told, or they were asked, you know, hey, how are you not getting sick? Like, what's going on? And it probably wasn't the essential oil at the time, but they were carrying a blend of spices and plants and herbs and tools that they can that they use to help keep them well. So that's what Thieves is created after. And the really cool part about this is that some of our Young Living products, so not all of them yet, but a lot of them are approved by Health Canada as natural health products. So Thieves is one of those. Thieves is approved as a natural health product for coughs and colds. So it makes sense that that story that they fashioned the Thieves essential oil blend after to keep these people well, you know, when they were doing these things during, you know, plague and all that stuff. And it helped them stay well, right? So oils are tools. They help us with different things. They support our bodies. They support our minds. They're really good to add into your life. So they're not going to be like a one and done, and you know, you'll use these and you'll never ever get sick in your entire life. No, but they're tools to help support us. So I personally roll Thieves on the bottom of my feet every morning and every evening just to help stay above the wellness line. I like to diffuse it. That's another great way to use oils, and just to get it into our home and just get it into the air. What we're breathing in is, you know, easy to get into our respiratory system. So what do we want? Do we want something that's good for our bodies, that supports us, or do we want something, you know, that might be filled with chemicals? Probably not, right? Okay. So what exactly are oils? Maybe you're like, hey, I have no idea what an essential oil actually is, or like, is it just a scent? Is it a fragrance? Essential oils are the profound plant concentrates. So they're the natural aromatic liquids that have the natural smell and the characteristic of that plant. So for example, where's the peppermint? Peppermint essential oil will have the same characteristics, the same you know, chemical constituents, the same properties as peppermint the plant, right? So if you think of peppermint and people make peppermint tea, it's really great for soothing nausea or for calming. That's what it's known for, right? It's very good for our digestive system. Same thing goes for peppermint the essential oil, because it is distilled and processed in a way that it has those same characteristics. So oils are not just for smells. That's an extra beautiful addition to them, that they smell so great and scent is so powerful, but they have the properties of the plant, so it's super helpful. Okay, all Young Living oils are plants. They're grown on either our own farms or our partner farms, and they have to meet seed to seal standards. So what that means is that it's very important where things are grown. I'm in Canada. We do not have the growing season to grow everything. So frankincense, for example, is only grown in 2 places in the world. Young Living has a farm in Oman, which is one of the places that frankincense is grown. So we can't grow frankincense in Canada. It's just feasibly not possible. It's also important to grow them, you know, the right climate, the right soil, and also keep those, you know, traditional practices. So frankincense is harvested in a way that maintains those same practices. So that is something that's so important, is the sustainability of the plants that we're using. We don't want to be, you know, hurting nature or hurting the environment or people, right? That's super important. So seed to seal is so special, and we have farms around the world. So a lemon plant might be grown in a different place that, you know, frankincense is grown, in a different place that a Melissa plant is grown, and that's really cool that we have farms. You can actually go to any of the Young Living farms. You do not have to be a customer or a member at all. You can simply go to any of them if you happen to be near them and say, hey, I want to tour around. I want to see what's going on. And they're so transparent, and you can get a look at exactly what goes on there. So there are 4 different ways that essential oils are gathered. So 4 different extractions. The first one is called cold pressing, and that's for citrus oils. So they actually take the rind of the citrus. They don't take the inside fruit. Another cool part about Young Living is they use all of the plant material. So we're not using the lemon actually like the lemon juice, let's say, like the insides, but they're going to use it in another way, right? Like they might use it in a natural herbicide. They might use it for different plants and just somewhere around the farm. So nothing is wasted. But to get the essential oil, they cold press it, which means that they take the rinds of it, they put it in what kind of looks like, I want to liken it to like a crock pot. It's like a big pressure cooker, right? And they put all the plant material in there, and they will steam distill that, or sorry, that's cold pressing. That's cold pressing, but same kind of idea. They'll put all those rinds in there and they will press it, and what you get out of it is the essential oil. So lemon is really powerful for our emotional support, for our mood support. It's a great cleaner. So if you have something sticky that's on that you need to get rid of, the one thing about citrus oils is just make sure that you are careful in the sun, because they make you a little bit more sensitive in the sun. So that was cold pressing. First way is steam distilling. So that is the most common way, and that is the majority of how all of our, well, not all of them, but the majority of the plant material is processed. So that is the one that is in the big cooker, steam cooker. So what they would do would be like take up all the peppermint, put it in the steam, in the distiller, and then they steam distill it, and they get the oil out of it. So that would be like for oils like peppermint. So some interesting facts. 1 drop of peppermint is equal to 28 cups of peppermint tea. It takes 27 square feet of lavender just to make 1 bottle of lavender oil. It takes 6,000 pounds of melissa to make 1 pound of oil. And it takes 5,000 pounds of rose petals to make 1 pound of oil. They're so concentrated, and it takes a lot of plant material and a lot of just time. So Young Living really prides themselves on the quality and just the care of the plants and what's going into it. The third way that we get oils is called resin tapping. You can kind of think of it like how you get maple syrup. So it would be a tree, tapping it, wait till the sap comes out, it dries, and then that's what they distill. That would be like your oil, like copaiba, frankincense. They're like a gummy resin. So they would tap it, let that come out, and then it dries and they distill it. So copaiba, frankincense, myrrh, they're all really great for healing properties, for inflammation, great for soothing. I know a lot of people use this for teething kids and for pain, and just for kind of emotional support and calming. And then the last way that we get oils is called absolute oil extraction. That's actually only for very, very kind of delicate plant material like jasmine. So it's technically not an essential oil because it's called an absolute oil just because of the way it's extracted, but it's just very, very delicate distillation. But there are certain ways that things need to be distilled, and it's also important how they are distilled. So I think I want to say eucalyptus. Anyways, I can't remember exactly what plant it is, but one of them specifically, I read about how many hours it needs to be distilled, and I think it's like 20 or something. Most companies distill for like 10 because it still smells like the oil, and it might still have some of the properties of the oil, but it won't have all of the chemical constituents and the power and the therapeutic benefits because it's not distilled to the proper time. And if you went too far over, it would also not be to its full effect. It would still smell like that oil, but it wouldn't quite have the same effect. So Young Living is dedicated to having the highest quality essential oils in the world. There are actually 4 different grades of essential oils on the market, and Young Living oils are called therapeutic grade or pure. When you look at a bottle and you read the label, all that's in it is the essential oil. So you can look at it and it will say 100% pure peppermint. That's it, nothing else in it. And that's what we want, right? So that 1 drop goes a long way, so that we're not putting something into our body that's, could be harming us. It doesn't have any chemicals, fillers, synthetics, any kind of that. A cool way to look at it is if you, is first distill as well. So Young Living only uses first distill, and how you can kind of remember that and think of it is if you think of making, this is a water, but if you think of this as a tea and you put a tea bag into your water, that would be a first distill. Now if you put that tea bag into the next cup, that would be like a second, third cup would be a third, fourth cup would be fourth distill. So a lot of companies do use more than the first distillation because it will still smell like the oil, but it won't quite be as, strong or potent or filled with as many benefits as the first distill. So Young Living only uses the first distill, which is really special. We have oils called singles and blends, and singles just means it's one plant, like let's say a peppermint, and blend means it is a blend of plants, which would be like our Thieves. They're both still, pure and therapeutic, and there's nothing else in them. The ones that do have some dilution in them will be labeled as that, and that would be our kids line. And it's not diluted in that it won't work, it's just diluted so it's a little bit gentler for kids. So how do we use oils in our everyday life? This is probably not something that was intuitive. Maybe it was for you. For me, it was not intuitive. I did not growing up using natural products, using essential oils. So it was brand new to me. All I knew was that you could have a diffuser. So that is one way you can use essential oils. Diffuser is a super easy way to get those oils into your home. A good rule of thumb that I like is if it has something to do with your brain and your mind, like sleep or emotions, a powerful way to use your oils is inhaling. So you can use the tenting like I did at the beginning of class, which is just inhaling, or you can diffuse. So that is an easy way to get it into your home. And if you're someone who used to be like I did and I was obsessed with candles and different seasonal scents, you can also make those scents and create something in your home that will be similar to this. So this diffuser can work kind of like a candle, but it's going to have the benefits and not the negative, harmful ingredients of it. So things like Christmas spirit around Christmas time. I love citrus fresh in the summer and spring. Those would be like having a candle in your home, but your candle doesn't give you any therapeutic benefits. So it's easy to match oils to the season and get those into your home. Okay, another easy way is topical. I'm gonna grab my digest because I just brought that, or just put it on downstairs. So we had supper, then I had an ice cream, and then I felt full and bloated. Who has ever felt like that? Topical is such an easy and fast way to get oils basically on your body and giving you some relief. So like I said, if you're having something like sleep, emotion, something with your brain and your mind, inhaling is a really good way. But if you have something like an upset stomach, using an oil on there is going to be helpful. If you have a sore knee, using an oil right on there is going to be helpful. So Digest is one that is a really great topical support. It helps with all things digestion, kind of bloating, cramping. You can just roll it on directly. So that's literally all I did. I keep a roller on this because it smells absolutely awful, but it works so well. So this would be one that you honestly don't go without. It goes in my little bag and comes in my purse everywhere with me. Another good oil would be Panaway, which is one for pain, or I like Deep Relief. Both would be ones that would be really appropriate for pain. So these are things that obviously you can tell, like, yes, it's nice to have your house smell great. That's great. Maybe you didn't love candles before. Maybe you weren't like me. But everybody gets stomach problems. Everybody has sleep issues at some point, right? Or everybody wants a better sleep. Everybody has pain at some point. There are things that we can use these products in our home for in our daily life that oils just kind of support that need, and they can replace that, right? And they last such a long time. So one drop of, Deep Relief on your back, easy to get that on your body. Another way that we can use oils is internally. So in Canada and the US, we have markets all around the world, but in Canada and the US specifically, our oils are labeled for ingestion. So they have a white label. It is literally the exact same oil, which I love sharing with people because I think that truly shows the purity and the quality and how therapeutic our oils are, is that there is nothing different between this bottle of frankincense that is labeled for diffusing and topical and this bottle of frankincense that's labeled for ingestion. The only difference is that it is labeled to be approved by Health Canada. But it's the same thing. It's 100% pure frankincense. And that just goes to show the quality, that it needs to be labeled separately to follow Health Canada guidelines, but it is the same oil. Like, it's good enough, it's great enough, it's great, and safe to be ingested. So that's how safe it is, for our bodies and to put on our bodies and to diffuse and have in our home. So that is something that's so powerful. So just make sure that you are checking the labels yourself. Not all of our oils will be labeled as ingestion, but if they are, they will be white. A bit about oil safety. So I mentioned citrus oils are photosensitive. That just means if you put them on your face, let's say go out in the sun, it's going to be a little bit sensitive to the sun. Think of kids and pets and babies and elderly as our more thinner, sensitive skin. Yes, you can use essential oils in your home and on those types of people, those groups of people. However, you just need to be a little bit more cautious, right? So you should always be testing on your skin a little bit first. So that might be just rolling it on your arm. Having I don't have one here actually, having a fatty vegetable carrier oil, which is like a coconut oil, a jojoba oil, something like that. We have a V6 oil. Actually, I don't have it in the closet, but it's just an oil and it's a mix of 6 different vegetable oils. So having that on hand so that you can try it, see how it feels on your body. Peppermint, for example, will get cool, whereas Panaway will get a little warm. Cinnamon in Thieves gets a little warm as well. So just knowing that it's not necessarily, you know, a reaction or something going wrong. That's just the way the plants and the oils are meant to work. So not all oils will get warm or get cool. But knowing that about your body, just so that you're not, let's say, putting like peppermint all over your face, like that would be really cold. So, but I will put some peppermint on my neck because I am warm. So, bit about safety as well is you want to make sure that you don't put water on your oil. So if you get, let's say, peppermint too close to your eye, you're using it for head and neck tension, don't put water on it. Water will only make that go in more to your skin. So using that fatty vegetable carrier oil, like I said, will just kind of dilute it and make it a little bit easier to kind of dissipate. You don't have to dilute anything, but you can. So like I just put peppermint on the back of my neck. I'm comfortable with that. I've tested on my body before. I am good with that. Some people that might be a little bit cool on their skin, right? So just know that you can definitely like play around with it. And it also doesn't make them less effective if you do use a carrier oil with them. So for example, let's say you want to put Panaway or Deep Relief on your back. It's going to be so much easier if you put a couple drops, use a carrier oil, rub it on your back or your leg or your knee, and have it be able to work into the skin a little bit easier than it is to just put a couple drops of the oil, because the oil will evaporate quickly. It's a thinner substance than your carrier oil. So the carrier oil will just help you like actually rub it in, kind of like a massage, right? Kids, babies, pets, like I mentioned, we actually have an entire line for kids, we have an entire line for babies, and we have an entire line for pets, which I'll mention a little bit in a bit. So I'm going to go over a couple of the different product lines. I don't want to take up too much time. I could go crazy talking about these products. We have over 600 products for literally every need in your home and your life. There's something for everyone. Like it's not an age, age, gender, race. Like it's literally everybody can use these products. So Thieves is the first kind of category I want to talk about. So like I mentioned, the oil is so supportive for keeping us above the wellness line. It's an approved cough and cold support in Canada. We have an entire line based upon that because it's so good for our bodies. So my two favorite products, hands down, are the Thieves Cleaner and the Thieves Laundry Soap. And why these are my favorite and why I think they're so effective is because they have such an impact on our life. So what we clean with every day, we are going to be exposed to. So we're walking on our floor with our feet, or our kids are crawling, or our pets are walking, and we're absorbing everything that's on there. Or we're, cooking on our counter and we just cleaned it. So having a safe cleaner is really important for our bodies, and it does not have to be crazy, right? It doesn't have to be expensive or difficult. This is all we've used for the last almost 6 years. All I use is a capful like this. I put it in a little bottle like this. I've got this cute little label, and I just top it with water, and that's it. And I think it's around $1 to make a bottle like this. Like, how can you not afford that, right? Like, you're not buying 20 different cleaners that are, $5, $10, $20 a piece. That's all we use for our entire home, and it makes such a difference on our health. There are so many studies done about the things that are in our home. We are exposed to them most when we're in our home, whether we're sleeping here, we're hanging out during the day, whether we work at home, or we have our kids or pets or our partners here. The things we use in our home is super, super important. That's why another big one that I love is the Thieves Laundry Soap. I I don't want to say this one's more important because I really think they're totally so equally important. But what we clean the things in our home with, it is a huge, huge health either burden or a health, health concern, or it can be something that supports us. So think about your laundry, the clothes that I'm wearing, the blanket I have here, the pillows and the sheets that I sleep on, the towel that I dry my body with or I dry my hair with, the sheets in your crib or what you wash your dog's bed with, that gets on our skin, on our body, and we have it all over us all day long. Like, unless you're walking around naked, you have some form of what you've washed in the laundry on you 24/7, whether it's your bra, your underwear, your clothing, then it's your sheets, then it's your towels, then it's your pillowcase, right? So it's so important that the things that we're using to clean our products is good for us. So a lot of cleaning, laundry, and cleaners are linked to endocrine disruption, which is our hormones, and that is our entire body. So it's not just like sex and reproduction, but our entire body. Hormones are important for metabolism and breathing and our heart rate, things that are vital to our life, right? So having a safe, natural option is so important, and it works so well and it's so easy. So all you use is 1/4 of a cap. So if you're like, that's not going to do it, it legitimately will. This is all you use. I've used it on my nursing clothes. I've used it on Reggie's mechanics clothes for the last 6 years. You just need to get used to using less. So that's the beautiful thing about Young Living products, is that they are not diluted with water. They don't have any, like I said, chemicals, fillers, additives. So a little goes a long way. And we're used to, or I was used to anyways, being brought up with, it has to suds, or more is better. I have to use more for it to work. That's not what it's like when you're using something that is plant-based and it's concentrated. Bubbles usually mean a chemical, and they're put in, I don't know why, like why did those ever get put in, but it's just that reaction that they are put in there on purpose for, right? Like, it's the chemical that makes that suds, but it does not mean clean or safe. So yes, these products will suds up a little bit, not like you're traditionally used to, but they use a natural option when doing it. So those are my top favorite Thieves products. We have everything from like toothpaste, dish soap, laundry soap, dental floss. Oh, another one I will mention while I'm on the Thieves one is this chest rub is legit the best thing. So I got it a few years ago in the States before it came to Canada, and it is so good. So this is going to be like your cough chest rub, so anything like that. I actually put it on my nose basically every night because it's so dry in here. So all I do is go like this, and it just helps open up the airways when I sleep. So this is a good alternative to a lot of the garbage things that are out there for like cough and chest rubs. It's a really, really good option. This works so well. So this is another one of my favorite Thieves products. Okay, next up, don't want to lose rhyme. So next up is Ningxia. If you're like, what the heck is Ningxia? It is this amazing, supportive, whole body antioxidant juice. So Ningxia products are based on the Ningxia wolfberry, which is also called the goji berry. It was grown in China's Ningxia province. The same wolfberries have been grown there for over 600 years. Fun fact, the people in China's Ningxia province are 4 times as likely to live to 100 years old than any other province in China. There are special wolfberries that we make into a puree, so you're not losing any of the whole fruit. It is a whole fruit supplement. So you get the rind, you get the skin, you get the pulp, you get all of those nutrients in there. It's not taking it away and, isolating those minerals and nutrients and ingredients. So it has the wolfberry puree, blueberry, aronia, cherry, pomegranate, plum, grape, and then it has essential oils like tangerine, orange, yuzu, and lemon. So citrus oils, which I mentioned before, are so good for mood. And if you look up limonene, like lemon essential oil limonene, it's so good for our immune system and for our mood. So that is a really easy way to get it into your life. I personally find it is just a whole body wellness. So I have more energy, I have more mood support. It's been shown a lot of people have better digestion with it, better sleeps, hormone health, gut health. it's kind of like the all-in-one, the head to toe. And a lot of people look at it and they're like, oh gosh, like I could not afford that. And then when you break it down at actually how much it costs, I think the most expensive version of it, so the smallest option you can buy is 2 bottles. As you buy more, it gets cheaper per ounce. But I drink I drink 2 ounces per day now. I've been drinking 2 ounces for the last month or so, and I've noticed a huge shift in my mood. But it's about $1.80 at the most expensive. So that's like a cup of coffee. That's cheaper than going to Starbucks, but it actually does something for our health, right? It supports us from the inside out. So I'm going to invest in that and, pay that up front to be able to have that every single day in my home and not have to grab for something that, might not serve me, might not support my health as much. And it just helps so well. So it's such a good antioxidant. If you're interested at all, Google that or ask some more questions. It is a must. We also have Ningxia Zing, which is a kind of like a natural energy drink with the Ningxia Wolfberry. We've got a couple other Ningxia products. Another newer option that we have that is along the lines with kind of digestion or ingesting is called Vitality or Vitalite drops. These are so freaking good. So I have these in my water every single day, and they have electrolytes in them. So we need electrolytes for our body to function better. Water is great, but having those electrolytes in there, so the minerals, vitamins, like those are the electrolytes that help our cells move. So good. And this is so tasty. So there's 2 different flavors. There's grapefruit bergamot or lavender lemonade is the other one. I do not go without these now. This is something that my boyfriend loves these. He is like very selective. He doesn't love all, he's not a big oil user. He likes the Thieves cleaner. He likes the laundry soap. He likes Ningxia, but he does not remember to take it. The drops, he loves. He'll open the cupboard and he's like, where's the drops? Where are more drops? I'm like, you are going through them. So they're something that we stock up on, and they just help me drink more water and make it taste good. We do also have some food products, which I won't get into a ton, but as you can see, Young Living is so much more than an oil company. It's a whole body wellness and lifestyle company. We've got awesome products that can replace the items you're already purchasing with something that's better for us and better for our families. So Einkorn is the grain that our food products are made for. Einkorn wheat is an ancient grain. It's actually one of the oldest varieties of wheat. And what makes it so special is that it has a natural genetic structure and a low gluten level. So even if you're not allergic to gluten, just kind of hear me out for this. So all-purpose flour contains 9.2% gluten. Whole wheat has 9.9. Einkorn only has 1.2%. So even if you're not sensitive to gluten, it has a natural genetic structure, which means it's not been modified, which means it's easier for our body to process and to absorb. So that means it's easier for us to get those nutrients out of it. So there are a whole different array of Einkorn. I love the cereal. We have like pasta. There is granola. I love the granola cereal. There's a few different options for Einkorn if you've never tried it. Next up, again, trying to make this kind of short and sweet. If you have questions like before, after, during, ask myself or the person that invited you to the class and we will help you. So when Young Living started in the early 90s, it's been around for almost 30 years. There was a few wonderful supplements. Now we have so many supplements. So we have very targeted supplements. So if there's something that you're looking for, we likely have it. Honestly, supplements are something that I cannot live without. Like my Ningxia could never go without. And then I have a couple favorite supplements that I just could not go without. And coming from someone who didn't use like anything natural before, didn't even take a multivitamin, like nothing, I want to know that what I'm taking actually makes me feel better. It works. I'm not just, paying for expensive pee. My body's absorbing it and utilizing it. And what's really cool about our supplements is that they are infused with essential oils. So there was a study done with the supplement multigreens, which isn't going to be one of the ones I talk about, but it is a really good supplement. I have to pick. I'm only picking a couple favorites out of each line, or I could be here all night. But the study that they did with multigreens showed an absorption. So they did one without the oil in it, like just the plant material, the minerals, the vitamins. after 24 hours, I think it was, I don't have the notes with me, but the absorption was 42%. Then they put in the oil and it went up to 84% absorption, which means that it helps it get into our bodies and into our cells better. So if we're paying for something, we want to know that it's actually working and it's supporting our bodies, right? So that is a huge gift about these supplements, is that they have essential oils infused into them. The first and favorite one of my supplements that I'm going to talk about is Super B. If you are not on this supplement, you need it. It is such a great, first of all, mood support, energy support, hormone and adrenal support. It is like the all-in-one. It's a complex B vitamin and it has nutmeg essential oil in it. So again, the oil helps it get into the cells a bit better. So for me, I find huge mood support, huge energy support. So I'm a shift worker. I'm finally off nights after 6-7 years, but I was on days nights for all of those years, and Ningxia and Super B definitely helped me. I have been taking for the last month now, instead of taking 2 at the same time, which I have been doing for years, I've been trying to do 1 in the morning and 1 in the afternoon, kind of to even it out. And I've actually found a huge, kind of more overall mood and energy support. So this is an easy one to add into your life. It also has folate versus folic acid. So folic acid is the synthetic form of folate, and so many other B vitamins that support us kind of from head to toe. The other one that is my favorite, that I think everyone should be on both of these and Ningxia, is Lifeline. So this one doesn't actually have essential oils in it. It is a probiotic. It's called Lifeline because it has 9 different strains of good beneficial bacteria. So if you've ever heard that our gut is our second brain, our gut is so vital for everything. So 70% of our immune functions in our gut. A lot of the neurotransmitters that are produced in our brain are actually more so produced in our gut. So if we don't have good gut health and we're not supporting our gut, we won't have the same, mood support. We might have issues with our mood, with our memory, with our immune function, of course our digestion, because it's our gut, but our gut is so much more important than just digestion or just gut health, right? So this is an easy one to add in. I take 1 every evening before bed. It has 17 billion cultures, and the 9 different strains help everything from like digestion, vaginal health, skin health, dental health. Like, it's just such a good supplement. So those are my top 2. Okay, as we mentioned before, Young Living is truly a lifestyle company. So they enhance your everyday life with getting chemicals out of the home and replacing with a good, safe option. So first of all, it's a good option because it gets rid of the chemicals and you have something plant-based. But even better is that they're infused with essential oils. So you get the good, safe, no chemicals, but then you get the addition of the essential oils into it, which makes it even more beneficial for us, right? We get those therapeutic benefits. So most chemicals that are introduced into our body are in the form of personal care products like shampoos, soaps, toothpaste, and skincare products. The personal care industry uses over 80,000 chemicals, with only about a quarter of them being identified, researched, or tested. And we use these products every single day. So if you wake up, you probably wash your face, brush your teeth, do your hair, maybe you put on makeup, maybe you put hairspray in or style your hair, you put lotion on. Like, those are things that we're putting on our skin and on our body daily that could be burdening our bodies and harming our health, right? So we've got tons and tons of personal care products. I, again, won't go into all of them, but I'm going to pick a couple of my favorites. So a huge one that I think is probably, I would say, like my number 1 for a personal care product that I think everybody should switch out is deodorant. There's so many scary hidden ingredients in deodorants. So having a safe option that actually works, like, you're not going to smell horrendous. I've used this for 6 years, so unless no one's told me in 6 years, I used to actually make my own, but I love this one now. My favorite is Valor, which is out of stock right now, but we've got a few different kinds. Why it's so important, especially for women, but men as well, is your lymph nodes are under here, next to your breast tissue, next to your lymph nodes are for your immune support, for inflammation. That is where we want good, safe products. We don't want things that could be filled with chemicals like parabens or aluminum, things that could be harming our health and getting on our skin, especially in those very sensitive areas. So deodorant is a very easy but really, really effective swap that you can make. Let's see another one that I picked. I think I've tried almost all, if not every one of Young Living skincare lines. We've got an art line, which is kind of like I would say good for everybody, basic. Orange Blossom, which is more for like acne or oily prone skin. And then we've got Bloom, which is kind of more moisturizing. So I kind of use a combination of everything. I've done trial and error for years, but I currently use Orange Blossom, the charcoal bar soap on my face and body. Then I like to use the toner, the Art Toner. And then all I've been using lately is just jojoba oil and frankincense. So everybody's going to be different. I used the Bloom line for many years and I loved it. I've used Art for many years. Your skin and your body will tell you, but these are things that we're using every day. So it's easy, but super impactful to make that swap and have a safer option. So I'm literally not going to get into all of it or we'll be here all day, but toothpaste, again, super simple, but super effective swap. You're using it every day, twice a day, I hope. And what you're putting in your mouth, you're going to absorb. So I love the whitening toothpaste. That would be my favorite, but this would be another product that can easily be something you transfer by. So transfer by means that you're not buying more, you're not spending more money, but you're spending your money in, you're transferring it, right? So instead of going to the store and purchasing toothpaste or deodorant from the store and getting something that's not as good for my body, I'm going to purchase it from Young Living. It's going to come straight to my door. It's going to have safe, clean ingredients. It's going to have the benefits of essential oils in it. And I'm going to get 25% back, which I'll mention to you guys at the end how to order. But that is a good deal to me. So it's safe, effective, and it just works really well. We've got shampoos and conditioners. Again, super important. It's on your hair and on your head. I'm not going to dig super into this because we have so many products, but my favorite is the the lavender mint shampoo and conditioner. I've used this for years, but truly what I've been using for shampoo the last probably year is actually our Thieves dish soap. So yes, I use this as dish soap, but I also use it as toilet bowl cleaner. I also use it as shampoo because there's nothing harmful in it. So traditionally you're probably like, ooh, like dish soap as shampoo or like toilet bowl cleaner as shampoo. Yeah, because a lot of those products probably have really harmful chemicals in them, but these products don't. So you can use them in different ways. In a pinch, I've used Thieves cleaner as my fruit cleaner. In a pinch, I've used dish soap as my fruit cleaner because I know that there's nothing harmful in it and it's just going to be, a way to get rid of that gunk on it. So the beauty of these products are that they're so concentrated, they're very clean and safe, and you can use them in a multitude of ways, which is going to save you a ton of money too. A couple of our other body products I'll just mention briefly. Cool Azul is one that I absolutely love. So this is going to replace like your traditional pain cream. It's super concentrated. It has oils like wintergreen and peppermint, salicylate in it. It works so well. You just need a little bit and you can put it kind of on your back, your knee, wherever you're having some discomfort. And lotion. So body washes, lotions, we've got both of those. Again, something you're probably going to use every single day. And it might not seem like a big deal, and it might not be, right? Like to you, it might not, let's get all these things out of the way. It might not seem like a big deal, and it's not to scare you or to overwhelm you into thinking you have to like go home and throw everything out in your home. But small, simple shifts daily create really good habits for our body. So if we can swap out one thing a month, or we can replace one thing per month that's better for us, that's going to really, really support our bodies and our homes. Okay, kids and animals, almost done here. So I will briefly mention, I'm not going to go too in depth. Oh, I forgot makeup. Again, we have makeup. One of the most common burdens for women is the ingredients that are in makeup. If you look up some of them, like I remember, so I grew up on a farm, and I will never forget how we visited my cousin's farm, and there was horses there, and somehow, I don't know how I found this out, but I found out that they sell the female horse urine to make lipstick. And I was like, what? Like, pardon? Why would I put that on my lips, right? So, Yeah, it's nasty, right? So there are hidden ingredients in everything, right? We have to look at that. And again, don't let it be overwhelming. Really good resources that you can look into are EWG, which is the Environmental Working Group. You can literally pop in like anything, like, I don't know, a brand of toothpaste, pop it in. It'll look it up. It'll tell you the ingredients, why it's safe, why the ingredient is not safe. Another good one is, what's the other one? Think Dirty. That one is also really good, and it's just an easy way to kind of evaluate. Again, you don't have to swap everything out. Just making small, simple shifts is going to be effective. But makeup is another big one. So I don't wear makeup daily, but when I do, I want to make sure that it's not, first of all, giving me acne, because I've always, I've had issues with that in the past for so many years that it's something, obviously, it's, something I think about. It doesn't clog my pores, doesn't give me acne, good for my skin. Good for the environment. It's not tested on animals. So our makeup line is called Savvy, and it lasts such a long time. Like, I've had this for years. I don't wear it every day, but it definitely lasts for years. And then the mascara would be my favorite, is the foundation mascara, but we've got literally an entire line of makeup products. Okay, kids and animals briefly. We've got an entire animal line. It's called Animal Sense. We've got an entire baby line. It's called Seedlings. So I didn't actually grab we've got like wipes and things. I do love the wipes. The wipes you can use, again, so versatile. I've used them as like camping body wipes. I love to bring them on the boat with us in the summer because they are so strong, they smell so good, and I'll use them like when we're fishing or camping. I'll wipe my hands with them, use them as body wipes. I've used to use them for my dog's paws when she would go outside. Like, you can use them for anything. Obviously, they're baby wipes, but a lot of people use them for makeup wipes or in the dryer for dryer sheets. So versatile. But our baby line is called Seedlings, a really great resource that you can look up if you are pregnant, nursing, breastfeeding, babies, kids, is called Gentle Babies, and it's just a good way to help, learn how to use oils around them, right? It's something that we're probably not accustomed to, or I wasn't growing up, so Gentle Babies is a nice option to have. And then our kids line is called Kidsense. So you can use the regular line on your kids, your babies, your pets. For example, you could use lavender. You could use it straight. You can dilute it depending on how old the child is, where you're using it. There's so many resources for this, so don't worry, you won't be left in the dark. Or we've got the diluted version, which is very similar. This one is called Dream Ease. So all of the kids lines will be diluted with a carrier oil, and none of them will get cool or hot. So just like how I mentioned, peppermint gets a little cool, Thieves gets a little hot. None of the kids or baby line will do that. That's just so it takes the guesswork out of it, right? You can easily put them on with that, comfort and ease, knowing that it's not going to get too warm or get too cold. So all of the kids lines are diluted, and they kind of match the regular line. So I'm trying to find it, but I don't have my T-Jais with me. So we have a Di-Jais, which is like our regular, and then we have a Kidsense T-Jais, which is the kids version of it. So kind of follows along the same. You can use either one for yourself or your kids. Okay, so as you can see, Young Living is a lifestyle company. We strive to get the chemicals out of your home and replace them with therapeutic grade essential oils and other natural life-enhancing products. We can do that ditch and switch, which means replacing something when you're out of it and replacing it with, a cleaner or a safe toothpaste, all those kinds of things. And do the transfer buying. So like I said, you're not spending more, you're just taking the money that you would spend on, your dish soap, your dish soap, your cleaner, your laundry soap at the store, and transfer buying to Young Living. So our products are shipped directly to you. They are not sold in stores. Although essential oils are quite mainstream these days, they're not the same quality you can buy in the store as what Young Living provides. So our products is basically like a holistic Amazon. It will come straight to your door, and there are 3 options when getting started. So a good, better, or best. A good option is to be a retail customer. It's a good option because you get great products. They come straight to your door, but it might not be for you because you're paying full price. Truthfully, I do not think, I'm going to put RC on. I've been talking lots. I don't think anyone should have a retail account because it is free to have a wholesale account. So why would you want to pay more, right? It just doesn't make sense. The second option is, oh my goodness, talking for an hour. That was a good option. The better option is a wholesale member. So you can kind of think of it like having a Costco card, but it's free. You get this membership, you get 24% off. You can choose to order once, every month, every few months. You choose what you want, when you want, comes straight to your door. That's a better option. And the third and best option is called Essential Rewards. It is like Costco meets Amazon meets your cashback credit card. So you get your 24% off still. You're still a wholesale member. You get free gifts every month, free gifts with purchase. You get free gifts at 3, 6, 9, and 12 months just for being on the program. And you get 10 to 25% back in points that you can use for free products. So your first 3 months, you're going to get 10% back. Then you'll move up to 20 and then 25% for life. So I've never heard of a program that gives this good of a percentage back. So every time I spend, let's say $100, I'm getting $25 back in my pocket in credit. Well, not credits. They're called points that sits in my Young Living account. And when I want, I can redeem it for free products. So I personally redeem most of the time for US products because then I'm not paying US dollars or conversion. But you can use it anywhere. You can also get some products from the US that we don't have in Canada and get them for free, which kind of makes sense, right? So it is a free program. It's a monthly customizable wellness box. You choose what you want, when you want, and it comes straight to your door. So that is the best part, especially, in today's busy world. We can choose what we're needing in our home and then get it delivered straight to our door. So it's free to start, free to stop. You can skip months if you need, and it's just the best option, especially if you're wanting to ditch and switch and try support and change, your health and your wellness. So it's really a commitment to yourself using natural products. So, for example, do we know that vegetables are really good for us? Of course, they're good for our bodies. If we eat one piece of broccoli once, do we feel any better? Probably not. Does it change our life? Are we healthier? Maybe a bit, not really, right? But natural health is no different. We can't do something once and expect it to change our life. It is about trying things and making those consistent habits and those simple swaps. So like I said, even doing one thing per day or switching out one thing per month, right? It's about creating those positive, healthy habits. So I always suggest people start for 3 months. So choose whatever products you want. Most people get started with a starter bundle. We have a few different options. There's a kids bundle, there's a healthy home bundle with Thieves, there's a Ningxia bundle, there's a few oil bundles. Most people get started that way just because we have 600 products. So it's a good option and a good way. You get a whole bundle, you get to try a few things and then see what you like, see what you maybe don't like or want to try the next month. But I always suggest people try for 3 months. Why? Because you'll get 10% back every single month. You'll get free gifts every month. You'll get a free oil after 3 months when you're on Essential Rewards, and you'll get that good kind of guide of, did I create these healthy habits? What have I felt so far? What changes have I made? It's not an overnight thing, right? Don't go home, throw out everything in your home and think you're going to buy an oil once and it'll change your life. Probably not. It's going to be about those small, simple shifts that you make. So quite simply, Essential Rewards is the best deal for all of those reasons that I mentioned. So I'm going to ask you now, which way would you like to go? And would you like to go ahead and set up an account? It is like a free holistic Amazon. It comes straight to your door. You just have to ask the person that invited you to this class. So you'll need their referral number, their affiliate link, and they can help you get started. I am so happy that you guys got to spend the evening with me. Thank you for all your questions, comments. If there's something that I didn't get into, you're more than welcome to ask after and I will answer it. As always, this is a safe space. Feel free to ask, share, comment. I'm so grateful that you guys are here and on this journey. And if you are someone who has more questions, please never feel like you can't ask. This is the space and the place to do it. So I look forward to seeing a lot of you guys exploring natural products with us.